Al Weissman in a nutshell. We're back. And for the second half of today's show, we're going to spend some time with David Burton, who works under the name of David's Bazaar. He's from Woodridge, Illinois. How you been?
I've been great, Al. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you. I haven't seen you since like January or something earlier this year.
Yeah, the weather was slightly different, I would say. It was very snowy, and if I recall, you were you were under the weather pretty good, and
that's true.
But you toughed it out, and thank you for having me back on the show, my friend. It's good to see you again.
Nice to see you. That's quite a ride from Woodridge, isn't it?
It is. So I'm a local only in the broad sense of the word, regional, not like Al and those folks there, but nice and close. But it's always good to come up here and just get through Lake County, because I don't really get to Lake County that much.
Okay. And how's your wife, Carol?
She is wonderful as always, doing a great job with helping out the bazaar and keeping everything going with the family and all that sort of thing.
Good. Do you need to catch your breath? You seem to be winded right now. I can play a song. You can take 10 minutes to catch your breath.
Oh, wow, sorry. I see. No, I'm good. I really am good.
Are you? Maybe
just a little too much coffee or something. I don't know.
Okay, well then can you play us a song?
I sure can.
Okay.
Yeah, this first one I'm going to do is... It's one of my favorite songs. It's actually from one of Elvis Costello's early albums, his third album, actually, Armed Forces, back in 1979. And I love playing this one, so I'm going to start with this one.
And what's it called?
And this one's called Party Girl. Party Girl. So, again, from the 78 or 79 on Armed Forces. So
I have to keep track of these things because we have to pay royalties on all these songs. So
wow.
I have to keep a little record.
Okay, well... I'm going to cost you some money today, then, Al, because it's all covers here.
Okay, that's cool.
They say you're nothing but a party girl, just like a million more all over the world. I know I shouldn't be raising my hopes so high, but I've seen the hungry look in their eyes. They'd settle for anything in disguise of love. See the party girls look you over, see them leaving when the party's over. They can't touch me now. You say you don't mind, but we're so hard to find. I could give you anything but time. Give it just one more try. Give it a chance. Starts like fascination, ends up like a trace. You'll never be the guilty party, will you? Maybe someday you can go hiding from this world. Maybe I'll never get over this changing style, but I don't want to lock you up and say you're mine. Don't want to lose you or say goodbye. I'm the guilty party and I want my slice, but I know you've got me and I'm in a grip like vice. They can't touch me now. We're so hard to find. We're so hard to find. I would give you anything. I would give you anything. And I will give you anything but time.
Very, very nice.
Thank you.
Very nice.
I appreciate that.
As good as I remember it having been.
Oh, yeah, one of those ones you don't hear very often, but I always part of my shtick, I guess, is to try to bring out some of these songs you don't hear very often.
Sure. That's why it's bizarre.
That's right.
Get through the tax season okay this year?
I did, thank you. It was quite intense, but I survived it, and now I get to go out and make some music.
You can plug your tax service if you like.
Okay. DavidBurtonCPA.com. I have a tax practice that I run, and out of Woodridge, and you can check out my website if you'd like, and if you need any help with your stuff, whether it be taxes or business, individual or corporate, feel free to look me up. I'd be glad to give you a hand, especially now that it's not so busy anymore.
And in between the W-2s and the 1040s, you'll play a little tune.
I've done that before. I've been known to do that before. Little bonus.
Okay, when you were last here, I paid attention. You mentioned that you have 3 cousins who write music.
Yeah.
Have they written anything that anyone in our listening audience would recognize?
Well, I'm not really sure. Most of their stuff is, obviously independent, and they do write a lot of great songs. I could go on and tell you some history on all of them. I'll start with the eldest of them. His name is John Schmidt, or sometimes plays under the name Johnny Don't. He has a very successful solo acoustic act.
Johnny what?
Johnny Don't.
Don't, okay.
Johnny Don't. Yeah, so, and he's a fantastic musician, a fantastic songwriter. And like I say, he does his own solo acoustic shows. He mixes in covers, originals, plays with numerous bands. Air the Side of Caution was one of his more successful bands, and had a brief stint in AM Taxi as well, who was actually signed by Virgin Records and put out a couple of hit singles. And I don't know if you really call them hit singles, but they were big, and they made it onto mainstream radio.
That's cool.
And
it's harder and harder to do these days.
Exactly. And my cousin, his brother, my cousin Luke, is again does a number of things. Had a thing called Buddy Nuisance, which I think is still kind of an on and off entity for him musically. And then he's got his solo / duo / trio thing he's got going that he brings into clubs and whatnot, and that's a very interesting thing as well. And he also spent some time in AM Taxi as well. In fact, a little longer than John was in it, but they're both not doing AM Taxi anymore, and on to bigger and better things. John promises a new band very soon, so we'll look for that too.
Sure. Where are they at? Are they down in Arizona or something, you say?
No, they're actually local, out in the Chicago area, basically, Naperville, Chicago, in that general area.
Okay. And then there was the third cousin.
Third cousin is the one that's in Alaska, so you got the A part right. So, and that is my cousin Brian, who played a long time in a band called Banana Sack, and until he actually moved out to Alaska, where he now lives and plays music, but I'm not 100% sure what he's involved with right now as far as what his present musical status is, whether he's a solo guy or if he's got another band going or whatever. He's also a very, very creative, funny, just an excellent artist and creative force, I would call him.
Really cool. Well, now that we've gotten your family out of the way.
Well, the cousins.
What have you been doing?
I've been, when tax season rolls around, I don't play very many shows. But once the season's over, then I get out and play a lot. So I go out and play every weekend.
Do you?
Sure, pretty much wherever I can go.
Do you do your own bookings?
I do most of my own bookings. I mean, there's a various number of agents out there who are gracious enough to go out and find me shows. And a lot of the stuff I have is just return engagement, so it's really not all that difficult. I'm always trying to turn over a new stone and find a new place to play. So, of course, if anybody out there has a good place to play in Lake County, I'd be love to hear about it, because I don't get out to Lake County very often.
Okay. Well, she mentioned the Lodge. The Lodge gets a lot of entertainment. They're in Antioch. So
The Lodge in Antioch. Sounds
you
great.
might give them a call because I know they have a huge amount of people entertaining in there.
Oh, well, I will definitely make a note to look up the Lodge and give that a shot. We got a place out by us called the Lodge, but that's all the way in Lyle, I believe. So, and I'm not even sure, they might not be in operation anymore. The last I heard, they were kaput.
And then if you do get a gig at the Lodge, give me a call. We'll get together for dinner because I live 4 blocks from there.
Oh, awesome. I will definitely do that, and I'll buy you a beverage.
That's the deal. Diet Coke, if you don't mind.
Diet Coke, you got it. What does Dolores drink?
Diet Coke. We're Diet Cokeaholics at our
Okay,
house.
well, that's easy.
But now, well, wait a second here. Why don't you play us another tune if you would?
Another tune, okay. Yeah, I'm going to play another one here. Before I play this next one, I listen to your show every. Well, I shouldn't say every week, but I listen to it a lot. I listen to it a lot when I can, when I'm at the computer and I'm just
Thank
doing
you.
stuff.
I appreciate that.
I can't get it on my car radio, but when it's on, when I'm at home on the computer, I'll tune in and I'll listen, and I hear a lot of great stuff on here, a lot of great local things, a lot of things I would have never heard before. So.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So what I did, I wanted to kind of return the favor somehow for doing all that, and I actually burned you a disc here, and this disc has got 20 songs that are kind of one of the those off the beaten path gems that you may in your travels you probably heard some of these before, but a lot of people haven't, and so I wanted to give you this disc, and actually. On this disc somewhere, hidden in here somewhere, Al, is the phrase "in a nutshell." So I'm not going to tell you where it is. You're going to have to listen to it and find it. But
we'll root it out. I guarantee it.
Yes, and I don't know if you can even use it for your little intro thingy there. Which I don't think it's better than the one you got though. But anyway, it's on here, and
if Michael Myers ever calls up and says, "Stop using my damn thing," we'll switch over to yours.
Yeah, do that. No, this one isn't nearly as long, but it's an excellent song actually. It's one of my favorite songs actually. So it's not called In a Nutshell. So you're gonna have to find it on here. But my cousin's band, I put him on here. Err the Side of Caution, and some other great stuff. Tin Machine, Veruca Salt, the Members, and Gary Loris from the Jayhawks, Courtney Love. And then this next song I'm going to do for you is also on here, so that's why.
Oh, cool. Well, what we'll do is
I went long-winded on the intro here, but
as you know, we definitely play the tunes that are performed by our visitors on past shows, and so I'll throw a couple of these into our rotation, and you'll hear yourself in a nutshell once in a while.
Yeah, I appreciate that you do that. These, however, on this particular disc, unlike the one I gave you before, these are the original artists.
Oh, these are the originals.
Yeah,
okay.
The original songs, original artists. So, kind of where you'll know some of these songs that I play, where I got them from, if you didn't already. And I'm not trying to assume that you haven't heard them, but the odds are you haven't heard all of them. So,
also, by the way, I wanted to let you know that that I haven't played your songs that you left with us previously because the recording that you gave me had some kind of an echo in it, and I couldn't play it on the air.
Well, that's no surprise because I don't have exactly a immaculate recording studio at home, but I do have some tools to record on, and I will. I don't think the ones I have that bad of an echo on it, but I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll get you a new one, a new copy. I'm actually going to record some new stuff. Sometime in the next month. I haven't exactly gotten on a calendar yet, but I want to record. I want to do some more recordings, partly because of some of these expos that are coming up, and I want to get some new material to those expos. It's where we met in November.
And then oftentimes, I'll pull songs out of the shows that people appear in, and for some reason, the show in which you appeared also had some kind of a funky sound in it. I couldn't use any of the music that you had sung to us that day, so I felt kind of bad about it, although apparently not bad enough to let you know up until now. But actually, I really did go to play some of your stuff on other occasions, and I just couldn't. So if you can give me some good stuff without noise interference, I would be happy to play.
Great. I will be glad to do that, unless, of course, it's just one of those, karma things that's following me around with this, everything, or poltergeist or whatever. Anyway, let's try to do this one for you.
Sure, go ahead. Thank you for the CD.
There's too much that I keep to myself, and I turn my back on my faith. It's like glass when we break. I wish no one in my place. And I see you don't need this scenes when the cut goes in deep, and I'm lost in sleep. I can't stay in this place. I can't stand when the room turns round on my fate. You give no guarantees. There's no promise I can keep. I can't stand, I can't see my way. I feel blind on my feet. I can't stay too long. Am I wrong? Goodbye, lay the blame on luck. 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 I'm so tired of my moon. When sleep comes with a knife, fork, and a spoon. You're so pale in your face. You let life get in the way. And I see you don't need this. It's when the cut goes in deep, and I'm lost in sleep. Am I wrong? Goodbye, lay the blame on luck. Goodbye, lay the blame on luck. Goodbye, lay the blame on luck. Goodbye, lay the blame on luck.
Very nice.
Thank you, folks.
Very, very nice.
That was, I don't think I mentioned it. That's by a band called Love Spit Love. And back in 94, I remember hearing that one on XRT. And thought, wow, this is a really, really great song. And then I never heard it again. So I had to actually look it up one time and try to figure it out by the... by doing this is before Google, you couldn't do a search, so I had to go looking around and trying to figure out what the heck it was called, and then luckily I found it.
It's called Lay the Blame on Us?
It's called Am I Wrong?
Am I Wrong?
Yeah, Am I Wrong? Love Spit Love, 1994.
Now, I understand that you've got a significant gig on the horizon.
Yeah, I got a show coming up here on this Saturday afternoon.
No prices. No prices. We can't mention prices on the air.
There is no prices. I don't even know what it costs, honestly. Okay. So, but all I know is it doesn't cost anything after you're in the park to come see me. And this is at Great America right here in Lake County in Gurnee. And what Great America does is they have they're gracious enough to support live music. They have a thing called Live and Local, and what they do is they have two stages there, and the two stages they're kind of small stages. They're outside, and what they do is they allow artists to come in and actually play music. Local people, little small time guys like myself, just to come in and play some music.
How did you find out about it?
Actually, my wife Carol had given me a link to it.
Oh,
and,
cool.
And
it's a mighty handy wife to have around.
Yeah, exactly. She's always finding cool things for me to throw my hat into the ring on, and that one happened to pan out. And it's really nice. It's really nice that the park does that in a couple of senses. It gives these local artists a chance to go and play somewhere that would potentially expose them to thousands of people, thousands of new ears to listen. And then also the park itself is, I think it's a fairly wise business move for them to have an added attraction there for people to come in and check things out. And if you go to the website for Six Flags, it has a whole list there. Just I think you got to click on the live and local link, and it brings up all the bands all the artists that they have there during the summer.
Cool.
So it's really nice, and I'm really glad that they do that.
Do you happen to know what section of the park you're going to be in?
Well, that's the one. That's the one thing that I was wondering, and they, I guess, the way they work it there, for whatever reason, is they don't really tell you until you get there to set up. So
how nice of them.
So you have to just navigate the park and
kind
listen
of a blind
closely.
Man's bluff thing.
Blind man's bluff, but it's in. They have two stages, okay, and then I know that the other stage, there's a attractive female playing. So if you go to that stage, you'll know which one is not me.
You're liable to lose some business because of it. He's going to have pretty girls on his stage too, so you won't lose anything by coming back.
There you go, the dancing girls. Yeah.
Well, how much time do they give you to perform over there?
The way it works is they have five. You do five. Mini sets, if you will. They're 30-minute sets, and you do them on kind of every hour. So I start there at 12:30, and then I play there at 1:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, and then there's a little bit longer break on between the first three and the last two. So then it's 4 and 5.
Cool.
So 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, 4 and 5.
Carol going to join you for that afternoon?
She'll be there at the park. I don't suppose she'll be joining me on the stage, but she might. It kind of depends on how things go. We haven't worked that out with the entertainment folks at this point.
Of course. Should be fun for everybody.
It sounds like a good time. The weather's supposed to be great, so anybody out there listening on planet Earth, if you want to come out to Great America, it's the opening day for the water park, if that gives you any incentive.
Cool.
Me and Al will be there cannonballing.
I might go naked this year. I don't know. My wife looks up. Believe me, nobody would want to see that. Okay, I think what we're going to do right now is let's take a break. I saw this guy on a motorcycle earlier today, circling the block with what looked like a Molotov cocktail in his hand.
No.
And a sign for one of our advertisers letting us know. It wasn't a threat. I didn't take it as a threat, really. But I figured I better play the damn spots today. So
we need those. We need those guys.
We do.
They're good enough to support the show and the station, and supporting and promoting and believing in live music. So it's great that we have them.
Yeah. So we're going to do that right now. It's going to take about 3 minutes. So if you have to go to the bathroom, make yourself a sandwich, kick the dog, yell at the kids, whatever it is, we will be back.